What's up everyone? I'm Scott. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing really well because today I'm going to do a shootout between two very highly regarded pedals, the Horizon Devices Precision Drive and the EarthQuaker Devices Plumes. We got a whole lot of devices going on today. Before I jump into it, if you're new here, thank you for joining me. My name is Scott Bino, and here on YouTube, I like to make videos related to guitars, amps, pedals, things like that. So if you dig those kind of videos, you will probably dig this channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, make sure you turn on notifications so you can get notified as to when I upload new videos. I'm really excited to do this particular shootout today because this is, I wouldn't say my most requested shootout, but it's up there, and it's something I wanted to try out because when I went to search for this particular shootout, it doesn't seem to exist. I could be wrong, but last time I searched around YouTube, I couldn't find anyone that had a video comparing a Plumes to a Precision Drive, which was a bit of a surprise to me, to be honest, because these are two very popular, very highly regarded pedals that can be used in similar applications. The Precision Drive is designed specifically to be placed in front of a high gain, overdriven amp to help you get rid of some of that low end muddiness, cut out some of the flubbiness, and help you cut in a mix. And the Plumes is a tube screamer style overdrive pedal that has a bit of a twist. It has 3 different distinct clipping modes, which make it a fairly versatile pedal. It works great both as a boost in front of a high gain overdriven amp and as a traditional overdrive on the clean channel. Now, just as a disclaimer, I want to just quickly say that I am only using these pedals in a very specific application within my signal chain. This doesn't necessarily mean this is how it's going to sound for you depending on the gear that you use. Also, both of these pedals are fairly versatile and very tweakable, so I'm not going to get into full tone demos of these pedals. I have other videos that do that. I'll make sure I post them in the description below if you're interested to hear how these sound. But what I am going to do today is shoot these pedals out against each other as a boost in front of a high gain overdriven amp. And just quickly, I want to mention the EarthQuaker Devices Plumes, while it has 3 different distinct clipping modes, I will only be using mode 1 for the purposes of this video. So what you're going to get in today's video is 2 for the price of 1. So what I'm going to do today is play for you 2 demo songs, the first one being in drop A on a 7 string and the second one being in drop C on a 6 string. Both my 6 and 7 string guitars have the same model of pickups in them. They're bare knuckle Juggernaut pickups, so I'm hoping this makes for a good comparison. The reason why I'm doing 2 different tunings is because the Precision Drive is really designed for lower tune guitars, and I want to see how the Plume sort of stacks up against it. And the higher tuning of drop C is not super high, it's not super low, it's a good kind of popular middle of the road tuning that a lot of you out there I think use, and I think it's going to be a good measure to stack these 2 pedals up against each other. After each demo song, we'll come back, I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on how each of these pedals performed in that respective tuning, and then after that, I'll give you kind of my overall general conclusion as to how I felt about these 2 pedals. If you're interested in my signal chain for today's demo songs, I will post it in the description below. Alright, without further ado, let's hit demo song number 1 on the 7 string in drop A tuning. All right, so in that demo song, I have to say I probably preferred the Precision Drive over the Plumes. It is where the Precision Drive shines within sort of lower tunings. And to be honest, I wasn't even pushing the Precision Drive that hard. You can get it to sound even tighter. And the Plumes, on the other hand, while it did a pretty good job, it didn't cut quite as well, at least for my ears, as the Precision Drive within the context of this example. It may have sounded slightly different if I used mode 2 or mode 3 of the Plumes, but to be honest, within this environment, they sound very similar across all 3 modes, so I thought using mode 1 was a decent enough measure. Overall, I'd say the Plumes did a pretty good job, but for me, it was a little bit dark, especially compared to the Precision Drive back to back. So in this example, I would say for lower tunings and this kind of style of playing, the Precision Drive might be a better suited pedal. But hey, what the fuck do I know? These are just my opinions and my thoughts on my particular specific setup with my signal chain. You might have different results and different opinions, and that's okay too. What I'm hoping is that this video just gives you some idea of how these 2 pedals compare and stack up against each other within this very specific example. All right, so let's move on to the second demo song. And just as a reminder, this one will be on a 6-string in drop C tuning. Let's hit it. All right, so that was demo song number 2 in drop C tuning, and I have to say, I probably in this tuning and in this register, I preferred the Plumes over the Precision Drive. To me, the Precision Drive still sounded pretty good the way I had the pedal set, and just as a quick note, I have both pedals set the exact same between demo song 1 and demo song 2, just to keep the comparisons even. But if I was solely relying on the Precision Drive as my boost pedal for this particular tuning, I would probably tweak the pedal just a little bit, because for me, for my taste, I found it to be somewhat kind of digital synthetic sounding, if that makes any sense. And it wasn't as organic or as transparent as I would have liked it to be. Now the Plumes, on the other hand, compared to the Precision Drive, again, sounded a bit darker, but for me and my taste within this tuning and within this range, sounded a bit better. Now yes, both these pedals sound very similar, and I know there's gonna be people out there that say, hey, they sound the exact same. Yes, the differences are subtle, but honestly, there are differences. In general, the Plumes is known as a fairly transparent overdrive pedal, and within the context of demo song number 2, I think you can really hear that. You really hear more of the character of the amp in the Plumes than I thought you did with the Precision Drive. So for me, in drop C tuning, at least within this specific example, with my specific signal chain, with this specific demo song and these specific pedal settings, I would say the Plumes wins out. All right, friends, now I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on the Horizon Devices Precision Drive and the EarthQuaker Devices Plumes. All right, so overall, I really like both of these pedals. I like having both of these pedals because it gives me the flexibility to choose the pedal that I think is gonna sound the best with a specific set of pickups within a certain tuning paired with a certain amplifier, whatever it happens to be. It's really nice to have that flexibility. Both pedals are quite versatile, they're quite flexible, and there's a reason why they're both so popular. And no, you don't need to own a million overdrive or boost pedals, but to be honest, it's nice to have a bunch of them because then you have a bunch of different options. You can most certainly get by with either one of these pedals if it's your only overdrive or only boost pedal if you're looking to boost a high gain overdriven amp. They both work really well within that context. And yes, one might sound slightly better over the other given specific context and signal chains and tunings and all those different things, but they both are fairly strong pedals. But if your budget allows and you've got space on your pedal board, I say go for both of them because they are awesome pedals. If you're somebody like me who likes to play both in fairly low tunings, but then also comes up to like drop C and drop D and things like that, having that range and that flexibility between these two pedals is really nice. If you like low tunings and play percussive, rhythmic, dare I say, djenty style metal, you can't really go wrong with a precision drive. And on the other hand, you can't really go wrong with a Plumes either because not only does it have 3 distinct clipping modes and works really, really well as a boost in front of a high gain overdriven amp, it's also a really great overdrive pedal on a clean channel. But one thing I do want to mention is that there's a fairly large price disparity between these two pedals. The Plumes is, I believe, 99 US or 135 Canadian, whereas the Precision Drive is over double that at 220 US and over 300 Canadian. And while the Precision Drive has a built-in noise gate, which I have to say works really, really well and is really nice to have, you're paying a fairly high premium for this pedal. So if price is a major consideration for you and the price of a Precision Drive is a bit of a barrier for you, but let's say you're somebody who likes to play low tune guitars and you're looking for a boost pedal to help you cut in a mix, tighten up some of that low end, and let's say the Plumes is a little bit too dark sounding for you, I would recommend checking out some other pedals within kind of the Plumes price range, maybe a little bit higher, something like a Maxon OD808 to get you kind of in that Precision Drive territory. Not quite the same, but it gets you kind of in the ballpark. All right, folks, that'll do it for me today. Thank you for watching the video. Appreciate you spending your time with me. And if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, now is a wonderful time to hit that subscribe button. Costs you nothing, takes 2 seconds, and it helps me grow the channel. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate your support. And as always, remember, stay safe and stay heavy. Peace out.